in the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't turning back, I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. War breaks after math, when I hate I attack.
Hello, everybody. Can y'all hear me okay? I think my youngins have messed with my mic, so let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in chat if y'all can hear me okay, or if I need to turn up my mic, please.
It's late at night when a mother and daughter arrive home. The security camera at the front entrance records them pulling up to the gate of the house.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Something very strange happens. This video was posted by Mary Carmen.
Okay. All right. So I know that y'all can hear me okay. Now, guys, I told y'all in a community post months ago that we was going to change it up a little bit and do different things on the channel. Keep it positive, but just do different things. So this is the very first talk show of Tattooed Angel. So we're going to be doing a talk show tonight. It says we're going to be doing these at least once a week if I'm able to. I told you changes were coming, so here it is. My talk show is me and the host, and people can come up and tell me their thoughts, opinions, share on personal stories or stories they have heard, etc., just for fun. But let's get to develop more friendships and still be supportive of one another. Just positive talk, etc. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions. And that's it. Like our hashtags talk show. Do you believe angels, dragons, creatures, ghosts, spirits, fairies, giants, wise tales, wisdom, host, supportive, friendships, opinions, thoughts, superstitions, community, changes, good, fun, questions, and strange beliefs. So that's what we're going to be covering tonight. Do you believe? Do you believe in anything like that? So I'm going to put the link up if anybody wants to come up, because that's what this is. It's just a talk show where we talk about, we stay to the topic, because the topic tonight is, do you believe? So if you have anything, any stories or anything that you would like to talk about, I would love to hear them. And like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So it's a good thing about it. We just make it fun and just talk about, you know, if you believe in something or not, or if you have any wise tales, or if you have any stories like your parents used to tell you, or your grandparents, or just anything like that. I think it's going to be really good. And like I said, that, you know, it's not nothing bad. It's just talking and getting to know one another and hearing interesting things, you know, hearing people's opinions, hearing stories and anything like that. So, and guys, just say a little special prayer for my family. and my husband Tim, or Rebel, however y'all know him, his grandfather, or his uncle went to be with Jesus yesterday morning. So Rebel's having a tough time with it. He was pretty close to his uncle, and he got a phone call from the doctor around midnight, and the doctor had to tell him, and then Rebel had to relay the message to his daughter at work. So y'all please say a prayer for Rebel and our family, because he was my family by marriage. He was my uncle by marriage. Y'all just please say a prayer for them. As in the topic we're talking about, do you believe? Okay, well, this is a topic that, everybody, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. Okay, do y'all believe in angels? Do you believe in spirits? Like, okay, me personally, and this is just an opinion, I want you guys to come up and just talk about what you think, And Jeffrey, I haven't got a chance to come in and say hi to everybody, so give me a minute. Lord, I just was getting it ready and explaining it to everybody, so everybody's prepared, since it's a new live and it's a new kind of chapter in Tattoo Angels YouTube world. So, let me go in and say hello to everybody. Hello, Bradley. You don't never come in chat, so hello, Bradley. Good to see you. All righty. So, Red Pill, good to see you. Hope you're well. Mary Jane, good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Shayna, good to see you, honey. I hope you're well. Tony, good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Jeffrey, good to see you. Well, happy heavenly birthday to your mama and your aunt, Jeffrey. Let's see. And then there's Rebel, and then Lisa. Good to see you. Jeffrey, we're not going to be negative. This is a positive show. Let's not be negative. Okay, so Bradley, what do you believe? Like, do you believe? Let's see. Like, say, for example, I was just talking about, you have a good one too, Red Pill. I hope you're feeling better, my friend. Like I was just talking about, unfortunately, Tim, or however y'all know him, Rebel's uncle passed away yesterday morning. He gained his angel wings. So do you believe in angels? Do you believe in spirits?
Of course, I'm talking to one right now. You call yourself angel, but I believe everyone has the power to be an angel and to bring hope and happiness in everyone else's life. It's a little bit of being an angel, but I'm sure there are real angels out there, because you know how they say that God doesn't give us too much that we can handle.
Absolutely.
There's a lot that we can handle, and He give us that.
Absolutely, that's true. That is definitely true. See, Rebel gave me the nickname Angel years and years ago, because I've been with Rebel for almost 16 years, and he gave me that nickname. And I said, "Why did you give me that nickname?" And he said, "Because you're an angel." And I was like, I don't claim to be nothing. I'm just Becca. I'm me." And he said, "No, you're my angel, and you're good as gold to everybody. You have a big heart. You try to be supportive, and you try to love people and care about them and be there for them." And he said, "So to me, that's like an angel in my book, like a heaven sent angel that walks on the earth." But see, have y'all ever seen anything that is not explainable? Like, have you ever, like, how like sometimes you'll see, like, I don't know if it's real or not, or if it's just a glitch, but sometimes you'll see on TikTok or YouTube or just wherever, you'll see like in the clouds, it looks like an angel. Have you ever seen anything like that? And some people think that it's an angel, but I mean, I just wanted to hear y'all's beliefs. Is there such thing as angels in the Bible? I mean, I'm not getting biblical, but I'm just saying in the Bible, they says there are angels. There are heavenly angels, and then there's angels that walk on the earth. And I'm just curious of what people believe. That's all this is. It's just, I just want to hear what y'all think. You know what I mean? Like, I can tell y'all my opinions all day long, but I want to hear from y'all, Okay, so you told me your angel point of view. What about spirits?
Spirits? The only thing supernatural I see is something weird, is my friends took me up to a graveyard, one of
Oh
those
my
kind of
goodness,
things.
I would be freaking out. I'd be like, nope, see you later.
Yeah, it was one of those kind of things, but it's a little worse than that, because they started walking back into the field, and I'm like, where are y'all going? I thought, we're looking for ghosts. There's a graveyard
Right,
right here. Where y'all
right.
going? And they're walking back to this pond, and it turns out that this plot of land was owned by a doctor who performed things on women that weren't accepted back in the day, you know.
Oh no, that's not good. If I get what you're saying,
And it was reported that he would throw these things into the pond that we were walking to. I didn't know this at the time. I thought we were just here to, I thought it was just a haunted graveyard. No, they walked back to this pond and we got there. And when we reached the pond, we heard splashes.
Oh no, I'm out of there. See you, bye.
We heard 3 splashes. 3. There was 3 of us there. And we heard 3 splashes, big, loud splashes, like say if you had a rock about yay big and you tossed it in the pond. And I said, hey, all right, let's just, it's probably frogs jumping in the pond. That's all we heard. So let's walk around the pond and we'll hear more frogs jump in.
Right.
So we walked around the pond. Not a single noise.
Oh no, I'm out of there. You should see me jump. You know what I'd tell Tim or Rebel? I'm like, I'm out. Hold down. You're gonna have to call 911. I'm out of here.
It's a terrible story, but that's the only thing supernatural that I have to say. I mean,
Jeffrey?
I don't know. It could have been frogs, but we walked around that pond to prove my point, because that's what I thought at the time. Okay, it's just frogs jumping in. We walked around, didn't hear another noise. And
Wow.
The splashes we heard, even though I said frogs, I didn't really believe it because it was bigger than frogs. The splashes that we
It
heard.
sounded like a big, like, okay, frogs are just a little splash, like something heavy is like boom, you know what I mean?
A big stone. Like if you held a big stone and tossed it.
Right. Kind of like you're throwing pebbles, and they hit the, I'm talking about where they hit, you throw a pebble and it goes boom, boom, boom. But you're like,
it wasn't that.
Boulder and it goes bam,
Yeah, it was much bigger. Yeah, toss a big old stone in there.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we heard.
I'm telling you, like I said, I believe in angels. I really, truly do. I really do. And I believe, that when people pass away, I mean, this is just me. Everybody's entitled to their own beliefs. Seriously. I don't want people thinking, oh my gosh, well, she said that and she won't give me my opinion. No, I want to hear other people's opinions. I want to hear what you guys think. Like, just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean that I don't want to hear it. I want to hear what y'all think. I want to make these type of shows. I want you guys to be involved with it as well. Hello, Joe. Good to see you. I hope you are well, my friend. And Jeffrey, you got timed out because you said that when your brother passed away, that no one was there from YouTube. And that's a bald-faced lie. I don't know how many times we prayed for you and we checked on you. So don't even go there. And that's why I personally timed you out. I'm not going to put up with no negativity, and don't say stuff like that when it's not true. I'm not going to deal with liars. So anyway, that's besides the point. I just have to do what I got to do. But anyway, so like angels, I do believe in. Like I said, I do believe that there are, of course, there's angels in heaven and there's angels on earth. I do believe that. And I don't know, it's certain things, and like I said, I'm not getting religious. People believe what they want to believe. And that's why I want to hear what y'all think, but, I feel that God brings people into your life for a reason. And that in my eyes, it's kind of like what you were talking about. It's considered kind of like an angel, that's there for you and takes care of you and supports you and loves you for you. And, like that's kind of like a heaven angel. But then you have angels that you can't see and you can't feel, but you can fit, like that something's there, not nothing bad, you could, we're all human. So you can feel good and bad presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can, like, kind of like what you said cemetery, you felt creeped out. So you felt
Mhm.
that something was up.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But then if you have a very like happy presence or something like that, it could be, and this is just me, it could be a family member that's passed away, that's in heaven, and letting you know, hey, I'm still here. And I consider those like angels too, because if they're in heaven, they get their angel wings and they come down to say, hey, it's okay. Whatever you're going through, it's going to be okay, or whatever.
Like a butterfly or something. I like to picture that.
Like
Something
see now when Rebel's mama passed away,
yeah.
God rest her soul, I was very close to her. I took care of her, and it's very, very, very hard. And this is just my opinion. Very hard to be a caregiver. Very hard.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really, because you do everything for that person. You care for that person. You love that person unconditionally. It doesn't matter if they're sick or they're up walking around. If you're their caregiver, then you're there for them. And it's very, very
That
hard.
person's well-being is your well-being.
That's what I'm saying. And it's so, I mean, like it pulls your heartstrings, unfortunately, when somebody passes away.
Mhm.
And then when you take care of them, that's all you've known. So you're like, okay, well, I did this, and because I wanted to, not because I got paid to do it, which I didn't, but it's just because you're a good person and you want to care for that person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel,
and it's
like
very hard because you're gonna wind up blaming yourself, and that's not good because it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. But caretakers do feel that way, no matter what the circumstance is. Of course, it's not your fault, but you still feel that way because you're the caretaker.
Because you feel like, well, if there's something that you could have done to maybe save their life, or whatever the case may be.
There wasn't. Even if there wasn't at all, you still feel that way, and that's what makes it being a caretaker hard. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Exactly.
Yeah. So now when hello, Shocked to Death. Good to see you, honey. I hope you're well. And hello, Joanne. Good to see you, honey. I hope you're doing well. Now when I'm just saying as experience for like Rebels. I'm just doing this as like a life experience, like you just said, a story. Now, Rebel's mama passed away, and the day that she passed away, it blew our minds completely. There was not a single soul in that home because we went to her funeral, and there was nobody there. We all went to the funeral.
No.
Well, Rebel set up a little recorder tape thing, just a little tape recorder that you put a little tape in, you know what I mean? And he said, well, I'm going to see if by chance we can hear mama while we're gone. We was gone all day long.
No.
And when we come back and Rebel went through the tape, I'm telling you, we all had chills. There wasn't a single soul in that house. And she let herself know, or let us know, that she was still there because her dog's name was Molly.
Okay.
Well, when Rebel replayed the tape just to see if he could hear his mama, we heard this voice and it said, Molly? Who else would be yelling for her dog? There was nobody there. So, I mean, that type of thing, I don't think is bad. I think that's a good thing. It's letting you know, hey, I'm still here. You know what I mean?
That's incredible. If I were to die and you put a tape recorder in my house and you heard a voice saying it like 4:00 in the morning, going,
right,
Baba,
right,
Baba.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I don't think, I mean, it's kind of, it's not trippy, but you don't expect it. You know what I'm trying to say? It pulls them heartstrings because you're like, wow, she's still here, even though we don't see her. You know what I mean? And I believe in that stuff. That's what I'm saying,
It's a lot to think about. A lot.
And like she and Lord, I could have unalived Rebel big time. Now, when she was alive and I was taking care of her, she woke me up at like 4 or 5 o'clock every morning. Mm-hmm. And when she woke me up, she was in a hospital bed and she had rings on every one of her fingers. Like, these are just good memories, but she had rings on every one of her fingers. And if I didn't get up, because she was in diapers and I had to get her up and go take her to the bathroom and all that stuff. But anyway, so she would clean the side of the hospital bed. You know how they have the metal rails? Well, she would clean the side of the hospital bed. And I would wake up. Well, after she passed away, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and she drank coffee every morning. I had a coffee cup and a spoon there for like me to have the next morning. Well, she put that spoon in the coffee cup and dinged it about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning the day after she passed away.
You heard the ding?
Oh, yes.
And then did you go down to check and there was nothing there?
Oh yes, I said, Granny Lord, okay, I'm up. I'm getting my coffee. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said, do you believe this is nothing bad? I promise you guys.
So,
I mean,
as
I
a
just want to hear.
as a
Y'all
Christian,
hear mine. Y'all hear me. I hear y'all.
as a Christian, we're taught to believe as a Christian that there are no ghosts.
Right,
There's no such thing as ghosts. When you die, and you pass on to wherever you go.
right.
But
Which is heaven or
if
hell, and
you
I
do
don't know.
if you experience something, it's not your loved ones. It is a demon trying to trick you.
I mean, like that's what I'm saying. I want to hear what people think. Like I want to hear
I
it.
I haven't seen any of my loved ones, but in dreams I've experienced my stepdad passed on, and I've experienced a couple of times in a dream, and he's told me some things, and then I had a close friend who died from overdose stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And yeah, I had a dream about. I was at a party, good, hey, party, and he was there, and I didn't really think about it. And then we're talking about getting pills, and I told my friend, I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea for you to get pills. And he's like, why? I'm like, oh well, because you died from doing. And then I'm like, it's you. And then my alarm went off.
Wow. See, and I don't know, like those dreams are so vivid, like you could reach out and touch them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh, like wow, that person was actually there with me, but they really wasn't there with me, but they felt like they was there with me, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like you felt
Several
real.
dreams with people that died. When I was young, I had a friend that committed suicide, and I had no idea until I saw who it was. I'm like, I used to ride the bus with this guy, and I went to his house, and I hung out with him, and I was close to this guy, and I had a dream about him. And again, I was on the bus with him, like when I knew him, and and several times I got off the bus with him, and I hung out at his house. But in this dream, he was getting off the bus, and I was going to get off with him, and he said, no. You don't get off here. I just get off here. Don't get off here.
Right. Well, I'm telling you, once Rebel gets up here, he's told me so many stories, and God rest her soul, his mama, oh my goodness. I'm like, shit. And I'm like, bless your heart. Cause unfortunately, elderly people, they don't remember what they tell you. So they tell you over and over, and it never gets old because you're always intrigued in what they have to say. You know what I mean? Because it's memories, and they're very wise in their years, and it's just interesting to hear. And you miss that when they pass away, you miss it. So she would tell me all the time, and I'm just like, it never gets old. And some people are like, well, she says that all the time. And I'm like, well, I know that, but I like to hear it because it's something she enjoys talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About to death, and I don't see him.
People. And they used to say, my mom would cut the hair of elderly people, and she used to tell me their stories all the time. And at this point in my life, I'm pretty sure that they're gone, and their stories still, kind of live on. And
Right. But see, I'm telling you, it's like so many, it just blows my mind. I mean, like I said, these type of shows, they're just talk shows, but I'm just kind of curious what people have to say, like what you were saying to me. Now, do you believe, okay, I know heaven and hell, now I've heard, I believe in heaven and hell, that's just me. But now I've heard there's a purgatory. I don't really know what that is, and I don't necessarily believe in that because I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard of that before? I haven't.
Oh yes, I know what purgatory is.
Okay, so it's kind of like in between heaven and hell, or
if you fuck up in your life, if you mess up, not necessarily bad, but if you don't accomplish what you really, really wanted to accomplish, I think, or if you do something bad, not bad enough to be sent to hell or something, you fuck up, your life is kind of weird or something, unaccomplished, I think you're sent into this purgatory until you figure it out, and then you get to be reincarnated. That's what I believe. if your life is fucked up.
Right. Now, reincarnation, do you believe in that?
Yes. If you believe in purgatory sucks if there isn't reincarnation.
Yeah, because I don't, like I said, I want to hear what you guys think. I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it is. All I know is heaven and hell. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Some people have very good lives. Everything's perfect in their life. They have children and a perfect life, and they live and everything. Yay, happy, kiss their loved one before they die. Everything's lovely. Some people don't. And I believe that those people that their life gets fucked up, they get to spin a little wheel. They get to start over a little bit. I believe that. And they get sent into purgatory where they kind of figure shit out a little more. And then they get to restart their life. And hopefully they'll figure it out.
Now, reincarnation, do you believe that when people pass away and they get reincarnated, do you think they reincarnate as an animal, or do you think they come back in as like a person, like a different, like, I don't necessarily like this word. This is just me though. But do you think that they go back into a person, kind of like like I said, I don't like this word. It creeps me out because I have to tell you guys a story about this. But anyway, like kind of like possessed in a way, you know what I mean, to redo their life, or no?
No, I don't think it's redo their exactly life. No, unless there's some kind of weird timeline with the world. It might be. I mean, it's nothing impossible. But I believe that if your life is really fucked up, you get to restart it again. You get to go over and maybe have a chance of being a good time, or make up for something bad that you did. Or I don't think it's against the realm of becoming an animal.
Right, because I mean,
you might have did something so fucked up, or your life is so fucked, or your decisions are so fucked. Maybe you didn't murder anyone. Maybe you're not that bad, but something you did so fucked up that you needed to restart as an animal.
Right.
Could be. And that's how we get to. I believe that I could have been a fucking animal. One of my lives to achieve to who I am today could have been a fucking animal. I could have lived another life. I could have been a grasshopper.
Right.
I could have been another person. And I could have been me who I am today.
Right. Well, you know,
I hope this isn't. I really hope this isn't my last chance.
Oh gosh, I hope no. Let's not say that. Let's not say that. Let's not say that, my friend.
Oh, because I already fucked up. Oh no.
Well, let's not say that, my friend. But like, you know, like I was talking about possession. This, I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys believe in it or not, and it creeps me out to no end. So I'm just telling y'all my story. You know what I mean? When I was 18 years old, I was staying with some friends, and I already graduated high school and all that. And my girlfriend at the time had I'll just call it a magic board, if you know what I'm talking about.
Ouija?
Yes. I can't never pronounce it right. No, you can say it. I can't never pronounce it right, is what I'm saying. So you're fine. You go ahead. But anyway, so I did not know what it was. I'm like, well, I'll watch y'all. You know, I'm like, I'm going to stay my distance, and I'll just stay back, because I have no idea what it is, and I don't want to mess with nothing that I don't know. You know what I mean? And which is smart. But my ex-girlfriend, she was in Wiccan. And, you know, like I said, you believe what you want to believe. It's just, we're just conversating, you know, and, but she, and my friend that I was staying with, he decided to open it up while she wasn't there. And I guess you got to bless it. I'm not really for sure how that works. I don't know. But anyway, so it was hers. It was her personal board. Let's put it that way. And he opened it up while she was not there, and he messed with it.
Oh, boy.
Well, he got the spirits really mad.
Oh, shit.
Like, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm getting chills in my arms, literally. I'm telling you the God's honest truth, and he made them mad. Well, she came home from work or whatever she was doing, and she said, what the hell is the matter? And his name was Matt. What the hell's the matter with Matt? And I said, I don't know. All I know is that he opened up some kind of game board because I didn't know what it was. You know what I mean? So I was like, he opened up some kind of game board. And I'm like, I don't know, but he's literally crawling the walls.
Oh, no. What?
Yes. And
his
he was
physical body, like Spider-Man, was crawling on the walls.
Yes, like hold on, I'll show you guys. I'm not lying. I got chill bumps. I don't know if you can see them or not, but yes.
Oh boy!
Like
was he on the ceiling or just the walls?
He was crawling up the walls to go up to the ceiling. And I shut the door. I was like, I can't deal with this. This is freaking me out. I can't.
Oh yeah, you're exactly right. You shut that door. I don't know what's going on right now. So
when I shut that door,
contacted some kind of evil entity that allowed him to do that?
When I shut that door, he was clawing the door out.
Oh, no.
I was like, I was praying because I believe.
Do you think he was possessed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's why I said, y'all get to hear my stories. I want to hear your stories, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And
how did you get out of this predicament?
Well, she went in there with him. Just her and him, because it was her board.
While he was possessed. He was possessed, crawling on the walls, and she went out there.
She went in the room. Yes.
And
she got a Bible. I was sitting there praying, and I was holding a cross. I was freaking out. I'd never seen anything like that before.
Of course.
And she went in there, and she shut the door. And when she shut the door, like I said, you could hear climbing,
scratching at the door,
scratching like a cat. And
I've heard that before. My cat at the door,
like digging, like a dog wants to get out of the room, like scratching.
Let me just get this straight. She went into this room, and then you heard scratching. She was in this room that you heard scratching from, like something was trying to get out of this room that she just went in. Oh no.
Yes, and she had a Bible, and she read some scriptures out of because she said, "Do you have an extra Bible, Becca?" And I said, "Yes." And I'm like freaking out, holding on to the Bible, holding on to the cross. I'm like, "Here, take it. Just take it if you got to."
What else can you do,
honey? She had a cross of Jesus on. She had a cross necklace of Jesus on this crucifixion. And she went in there and she was reading scriptures out of the Bible. He was growling and hissing. I could hear him through the room.
Growling and hissing at the scriptures. Do you think he was doing that because she was reading the scriptures?
Yes.
Oh. So it was helping. Maybe it was helping.
Yeah. But she, like I said, she had a cross necklace on. And I mean, it was pretty good. It was pretty good size, you know. Pretty good size necklace.
Anything. That's all that matters.
Well, he came out and he was perfectly fine. But when he came out, he had that indent of the cross on his forehead.
Oh, well, it saved him. It saved him.
And I was calling everybody. I'm like, I even called the mental hospital and they thought I was mental. I don't know what to do, but my friend is literally crawling the walls, hissing, growling, trying to get out. What do I do? And they're like, "Are you having a mental breakdown, ma'am?" I said, "No, I believe my friend's possessed and I need to know what I need to do to help him."
And well, they should have come to help somebody.
They didn't do
Somebody
nothing.
needed help. Somebody needed help in that situation.
They didn't do nothing. But when he came out of that room after she worked with him for reading the Bibles for a good hour. Like I got, like I said, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I got chill bumps.
The goosebumps. Yeah.
Yeah. And to this day, he still has that on his forehead.
The indentation.
Oh, yes. And it's the full-blown cross and the little Jesus body on the cross. And it's his full-blown.
You can see the Jesus body in the indentation. Yes. My God.
Yes. It's kind of like, like if you give somebody a brand.
Away, but yes.
Like if you give somebody a brand and you burn their skin. It was right here on his forehead.
Oh. and you can see the Jesus outline.
Oh,
and
yes.
he's on the
That's what I said.
cross.
It was pretty good size. I mean, it wasn't no little one. It was a pretty good size one that she had on her neck.
Yeah.
And she said, I know what to do, because she come back in and she said, where's Matt? And I said, he's in the room. Like he's you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, in there, you know what I mean? And she said, what did he do? And I was like, he got on some kind of gaming board, because I didn't know what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she said, what do you mean? And I said, some kind of gaming board you had in the closet. He pulled down and he messed with it. And then he started climbing the walls a few minutes later.
There is not much proof you can get from that than an indentation in somebody's forehead of the cross of Jesus on the cross.
Yeah, that's what said. He's got the full, you know how, like, you know, a crucifixion necklace.
Yeah.
It's a cross, and then it has the Jesus body, you know what I mean, around it. It's on his forehead.
Wow.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. These type of stories,
and it saved him.
They're
Are you saying that saved him?
Oh yes, like he's 360 changed. He believes in God now, and he didn't before. Like he just 360 changed, 360, like it completely just changed.
Some people can hear stories and change their life, and some people need to be the story that changes people's life. That's what I say.
Hello.
He is the story that helps change people's lives, and it changed his life.
And the thing about it is, if you sit there and talk to him, I ain't seen him in years, but if you sit there and talk to him, he has no idea what happened.
Well, I do. I have a pretty good idea.
But I mean, because we sit there and talk to him, and he come out of the room when he was calming down, you know what I mean, after she put that on it, and he come over to me and speak in, like, I don't know what kind of speaking it is, but
in tongue. He was speaking in tongue. It
was like tongues, but like a scratchy, evil type tongue stuff. Yeah, some kind of craziness. And as soon as he came to me, he wanted to touch. He wanted to touch, because, like I said, I had a cross and a Bible, and I was holding on tight and praying, you know. And as soon as he goes to touch my Bible,
what happened?
He hissed at me.
He hissed at you. And then did he disappear or anything? He stayed there, or did he go away?
No, after he hissed at me, she was still reading the Bible after he come out of the room, and she did that. She was still reading the Bible until he could calm down. And then he finally calmed down. And but during the process, you know, I guess it takes a while to calm down after, you know, you go through all that. So he was still hissing and trying to claw and so any type of, like, I like all kinds of movies. I'm a big movie buff, but when it comes to like an exorcism movie, I will not watch it. Period. End of story. Ain't happening.
The power of Christ compels you.
Yes, it's not happening. It's not happening. Yes, I was friends with him, because I was like, okay, you've been my friend for a while. I was staying in your apartment, but I was like, you scared the hell out of me. Like, I was like, you just stay away from me for about a week or two. Like, I just
if their eyes turn black, you know, that's messed up. Their eyes turn black.
Like I don't know. I mean, people are like, okay, well, I don't believe in that possession stuff, which I didn't at that time, because I'm like, what the hell's the matter with him? I didn't know what that board was. I didn't know that it really could be bad. I didn't know that. I didn't know nothing about possession. I had no idea what was going on. So I was just like, the first thing that came to my mind is grab the cross, grab the Bible, start praying.
Yep, that's
exactly what I did.
Take your vitamins, grab your Bible, and started praying. That's
exactly what I did. I was like, I don't know what to do, but this is the only thing I know what to do, if that makes sense. Like, God told me, you better grab that cross, and you better grab the Bible, and you better just get in a corner and start praying. And that's exactly what I did.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I can't. So I don't know if you guys believe in that, but I do. I do.
Something happened. I do believe that something happened.
Can you hear me?
I'm freaking out right now. That's why I had to go, because I know I'm seeing sideways, but I had to like literally.
I 100% believe you because I know what you're talking about.
Well, you see my hands, like it freaks me out to no end. But I know for a fact that I don't know how you explain it, but I know for a fact with her reading the Bible scriptures and her putting that cross on there that those scriptures and everything like that worked. I don't know exactly how you have to do it, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just stay away. But like I said, something had to give for him to have the indent on his forehead of her cross necklace with Jesus on it.
I believe that God chooses the righteous.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
But I get out of here. Yes, we can hear you.
I love you. Thank you for coming up and hanging out. We're going to do these more. So you come up as.
Thank you. Oh yes, it was awesome. I hope you do.
I hope I didn't freak you out, but it's not.
No, this is great. This is great. You're doing a great show. That's awesome.
Just talking.
I just have to go to bed. It's just late for me. I gotta go. It's all good.
Much love to you, my friend. We'll see you. Thank you for coming up. Thank
Peace
you.
and love.
Bye. Good night. Yeah. All right. So, what's your thoughts on it? Shocked to death, guys. Lord, these children are still wide awake and they're ornery as you know what.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even been listening. I'm just trying to get the microphone working.
Well, I can hear you good, but what is your beliefs? I'm like, do you believe? What specific things do you believe in?
I don't even know at this point. I really don't. But I'm still here. I'm still trying.
Well, I mean, and the way that I look at it is, like you've been through so much in your life, but God, and like I don't get on religion, but this is just my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I believe that God has you here for a reason, my friend. And we might not understand that reason. We might not know that.
My medical. I told you about that. I'm here for a reason. I agree.
Yeah, because God, God works in mysterious ways, and if it was your time to go, you would have already went. So you're here for a reason. That's just my opinion. I don't.
I keep croaking and keep coming back. That's all I can tell you.
Well, then God has you here for a reason. You might not know that reason, but maybe He'll show you one day. Hello, Ref. Good to see you. I hope you're well. Hello, Retro. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. But I'm just like, it's just a little bit of a talk show where we just come up here and I want to hear people's thoughts and opinions and stories. Like Bradley just told his story. I told a little bit of my story. You know what I mean? Like I want to hear from you guys, even if y'all don't want to come up. You can always say it in chat, and then we could talk about it. It's just, I just think it's really cool, the different things that people believe. I mean, I'm not saying that I believe everything that I hear, but it is good. It is interesting to hear what other people think, because we're on YouTube where there's so many people all the way around the world. You know what I mean? And just to hear their thoughts and hear their opinions, I think it's so interesting because you get to know the person a little bit better and other people get to know them as well too. And sometimes it's interesting and you might be able to help somebody in the long run. I mean, I don't know. You don't know what somebody's going through. So you might be able to help somebody in the long run just by hearing your testimony or hearing your story or your wise tales or whatever that you talk about, So excuse me. Now, I didn't get the chance to ask Bradley. But we talked about ghosts and spirits, and we talked about angels, and we talked about some things do you believe about? Do y'all believe that there was at one point dragons? Do you believe that at one point there was any giants on this earth? I'm kind of hit and miss and a mixture because, in the Bible, it talks about giants and now, but it does. And then, you hear a lot of wise tales about dragons and creatures and mysterious things that you see, like Bigfoot and stuff like that. I'm not saying I don't believe in Bigfoot, but like stuff like that, I just think it's interesting to hear if like maybe one of you guys was in the woods and come across something crazy. I mean, you know what I mean? And you could come up here and explain it, because I want to hear, and I'm sure other people might be curious about hearing it too, and I just think it's really cool to be able to talk about things like this and to hear what people think. And, and you got your own opinions. And at the end of the day, we're still all friends and, arguments, just talking, just talking. And Rebel said giants. Yes, I know there was giants in the Bible because there's Goliath. I remember that in the Bible. Now, do you think that they walked this earth after biblical times? Now, do you think, because Rebel, he watches, oh my gosh, Mountain Monsters. And I don't know. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much for the extra likes. Cold Casing, I know who you are. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you. But, like Rebel, my husband, he watches Mountain Monsters all the time. And of course, they run after Bigfoot and these other creatures. So do y'all believe in those? Or have y'all ever heard anything like that? Hello, Luna. Good to see you, honey. I hope you're well. But I'm just curious what you guys think. Have y'all ever seen a creature that you can't explain? Have you ever, have you ever seen a fairy? Do you know any like wise tales that we want to hear? That's all this is. It's a talk show where we just talk about the topic and what your beliefs are and what you think, So y'all are more than welcome to come up here and just chat and tell me what you think, what your beliefs are. And I seen Tony in the chat. He said there were unicorns in the Bible as well. I have not seen that. I'm not saying they ain't in there. I just don't think that I've ever seen her. If I have, I might have been too young to even understand. But that's pretty interesting, Tony. Now, what about that like half man, half horse? I don't know what they're called. They have some kind of specific name. But what, do y'all believe in them? Where they're like half man, half horse? Rebel, get your booty up here. Shocked to death being quiet. I think he's having some issues. Mantle, I don't know. Is that half man and half horse or half man and half goat? I'm not for sure. That's why I'm just curious what you guys think. Hello, MJ. Good to see you. I hope you are well. I'm just curious. That's all it is. It's just a talk show where we just talk about whatever. Like this topic this week is, do you believe? So do you believe if that's a mentor? Do you believe that there's a such thing as that? Do you believe in unicorns? Do you believe in giants? Like Rebel said, there was giants. Yes, there was giants in biblical times. Do you believe in fairies? Let's see. Dragons. I don't know if there's ever been a dragon in this world. I know there was dinosaurs, but dragons, I have no idea. But it would be curious to find out, and do a little digging if those really were true. I'm not saying that they ain't. I'm not saying they aren't. I just want to hear y'all's thoughts, Thank you for coming in, MJ. If y'all haven't hit the like, please do so. I really appreciate y'all being in here. I really do. It's just conversation. We're just chatting away. Talking about, do you believe? Now, I personally have never had an encounter, not that I know of, with a ghost, like a haunting ghost or something like that. Old stuff here, not good, blah. I don't know what you're talking about, shocked to death. Anyway, like my husband Rebel, he has seen things that he can't explain. I, on the other hand, have heard some things, like I was just talking about earlier about Rebel's mama. But I've physically seen them. I have not physically seen anything, knock on wood, because it would freak me out. But I haven't done that. And I'm just curious. Lisa says that you have. Oh my goodness. I bet you that freaked you out, honey. Not because you're like, okay, this is not explaining like what, yeah. So I'm just curious. It's not nothing bad. It's just to hear. Okay. Thank you for coming up, shocked to death, honey. It's just to hear what y'all what y'all think. It's just y'all's opinions, and I want to hear stories. This is the first one. We're going to have more of these, but this is the very first one. To hear what you guys think, you know. If anybody wants to come up, I have the link pinned. If you want to come up for a minute and tell us a story or tell us your beliefs, you're more than welcome to. That's why I have it pinned. We're just up here talking, and I just think it's really interesting to hear, you know, kind of like Bradley's story. It's really interesting to hear when he was talking about going in that cemetery and there was a pond close by, and hearing like that he thought it was frogs jumping in the water, and it wound up being big like boulders that he heard. And then he goes over to this other side of the pond and there's nothing there. So like just things like that, I think is very interesting. That goes to show, you know, and you guys are all over the world. I would just love to hear y'all's thoughts and stories. You know, we're YouTube, so there's a lot of people around the world that are on YouTube, you know. Lisa said, one house I lived in, I didn't know at the time, but an old lady passed in the house. If I lost anything like my keys, they would always appear on the kitchen table every single time. But the house had a peaceful feeling to it. Well, I think that, you know, she might have was just putting them right there, saying that she was there, but she wasn't going to hurt you. You know, that's just my opinion. You know, if it has a peaceful feeling, you know, we're human. We can sense good and bad things. And if the home had a peaceful feeling to it, then I don't believe she might have still been there, but I don't believe that she was going to hurt you. She was just doing like little silly things, as in like keys or something to that effect, to let you know, hey, I'm here, but I'm not going to harm you. You know, that's just my thoughts on it. You know what I mean? Have a good night, Shocked to Death. Thank you for coming up. But you know, some things you can, some things you can feel. Sometimes you can feel like me and Rebel, we used to do home field inspections where we go to people's houses that don't pay their mortgage or whatever, or they moved out or passed away or something to that effect. And we would take pictures and send it into the bank to let them know, hey, they're still living there, or hey, they're not there no more, or whatever. And we went to many, many houses inside, and there was many times that Rebel said, babe, stay in the car. And I'm like, why do I need to stay in the car? Just trust me, stay in the car. And he would show me the pictures, because we would have to take pictures of the inside of the house if the house was vacant, to show them the damages or whatever. And there were several houses that I felt uneasy about that had graffiti, had, you know, all kinds of stuff, people doing all kinds of random stuff in houses. And I believe that. Let's see. When my brother passed away, I had been crying every day. I'm so sad for the loss of my brother. And Jeffrey, just like we told you, you know, when he did pass away, to cherish the memories of him. And you sit there and told a bald-faced lie, stating that nobody was there for you when he passed, and that's not true. We told you to cherish the memories and remember the times that you had with him. So you can't sit there and say that nobody was there for you when your brother passed, because that's a lie. She found them for me, even my shades. At some point, I wouldn't even look. I would just go to the table. See, so she was trying to tell you, hey, I'm here. You might have lost something, but I picked it up and put it on the table for you. So that was probably like a daily thing. You would go looking for something, and you would go straight to the table, and they'd be sitting right there. You know, so I think that stuff like that, that was something good in my eyes, in my opinion. That I don't think that was anything bad, because if that was anything bad, you wouldn't think they would constantly put it on the table. You think that they would put it somewhere else, you know what I mean? Like really hide it so you can't get to it at all. But if that spirit is putting it on the table, then it's letting you know, hey, I'm still here. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm harmless, but here's your stuff, you know. And Jeffrey, I didn't know your brother, and I only know you through YouTube, but you just got to cherish the memories with your family. You got to remember the good times. And Pink Rose said, never seen a ghost. I believe when we die, our souls are peaceful, sleep until Christ returns. Now, my little girl that passed, I have dreamed of her, but that was my own term old man giving me peace. Well, I believe that that is true. Now, if you're a little girl, and I hate to hear that, I'm so sorry, honey. And Pink Rose, welcome, darling. Welcome. Love seeing new faces here, but welcome. But your little girl, she was trying to tell you, Mama, I'm still here. I'm okay. And, I'm not, whatever she passed away from, I'm not really for sure. But, she's letting you know, hey, Mama, you're still my mom and I love you. That's just my opinion, guys. It's just my thoughts, But she wanted to let you know, Mama, I'm okay. Like you said, mind giving you peace. She's letting you know, Mama, I'm okay. We'll see each other again one day. That's just my thoughts, That's just my thoughts on it. But I just think this stuff is very interesting because you hear a lot of stories, you get to know people, and you get to understand that person a little bit more. Like I said, people are entitled to their own opinions. So if you want to come up here, you're very welcome, Pink Rose. You're very welcome, darling. And like I said, I hate to hear about your little girl. I really do. So hugs sent your way, virtual hugs. And I do feel in my heart that your daughter was giving you peace to let you know, Mama, I'm okay. You'll see me again very soon. That's just me though, Absolutely. This is a safe place. There's no judgment here. I want people to be themselves. We are supportive over here, very supportive. So if you ever need anybody to talk to, and honest to God, I'm just me, honey. I'm just a little YouTuber, and you can ask a lot of people. I don't uphold to be nothing that I'm not. And when I say that I'm there for you guys and to support you and not say a single word to anybody about what you trusted to tell me, I'm really that person. This is a very safe place. I myself suffer with mental health very bad. And when I started this channel almost 3 years ago, I wanted to be a difference in somebody's life. I wanted to bring awareness to what I was going through, and others might be going through it as well. So I covered mental health for a long time, and I still do periodically sometimes, but I always bring it up because I suffer, and I know that there's a lot of people that suffer out there, with any type of mental health. There's so many out there, but just letting people know that you're there for them. Hold on a minute. But just knowing that you're there for somebody and actually showing it and proving it and caring for that person means a lot to that person. And letting people know that you're not alone in this world. You actually have somebody that you can talk to that won't say a word, that won't judge, that just be there for you. And I've always said this since day one. If y'all ever needed somebody to talk to, I'm here. No questions asked. I won't judge. I'll just be there for you because that's just how I am. I have the hugest heart. And a lot of times a huge heart gets stepped on. But in the process, I would much rather put all my hell that I go through on the back burner to be there for one of you guys. And there's several people in chat, and I won't mention no names, but there's several people in chat right now that know for a fact that I will be there for them and that I don't judge and that I'm just there for them in general. They need somebody to talk to, I'm there. If you want to vent, I'm there. If you want to tell me what's happening in your life, I don't judge. I'm there for you. And I wholeheartedly 110% am genuine. What you see is what you get. If you ever met me in person, this is what you see. I am not no better than nobody, but I just want to be a difference in somebody's life and let them know it's okay not to be okay. And it's okay to go through what you're going through. Just know that you ain't alone. And that's exactly what I've said since day one. And I will stick by that. I haven't changed not one bit. Just because we're doing talk shows like this doesn't mean anything. I just want to hear what y'all think. I want to hear y'all's stories, So that's all. That's all that I want. I want to be there for you guys and listen and be a good listener You know, there's a lot of times I might not understand what you're going through, but I can be there for you and I can listen. I give you words of advice and encouragement and just try to be a supportive, true friend. And that's exactly what I am. So I welcome anybody that's watching or coming in the chat. You know, that's what I'm about. We do karaoke on the weekends. We're just recent. This is the first edition on these type of shows. We're going to do these more often. And I do cover mental health every now and then. So that's what the channel is about. And I welcome everybody. I want everybody to come in here and you know, be their self, because we're kind of like a little family here. And we've developed a community. And also on my husband's live, we've all developed a little community. We just support one another. Now, Pink Rose, honey, if you like music, before I forget, if you like music and not karaoke, like I do karaoke on Fridays and Saturdays and about almost every weekend, unless something happens. But my husband, he plays music every weekend, Friday and Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Let me put the link in there. And please sub up. We just listen to music and we just have a good time. And then also he has another channel. Let me get it real quick, guys. Where is it? Another channel that he's going to start going over some true crime cases, and then he just goes in there and kind of does talk shows. So I'm going to put that in chat too. If y'all haven't subbed up to him, please do so. I know that he would also appreciate it. Yes, please, Pink Rose. You're more than welcome, honey. But I wanted to go over a few things with you guys. Now, these things, because I put at the bottom of my live, strange beliefs. Okay, now, you believe what you want to, but I'm just kind of curious on these to see if y'all have ever heard these before, because it blows my mind. I come across them. I was like, holy moly. Okay, so this one, there's Rebel. Now, this one, it says 10 seriously strange beliefs humans held throughout history. Now, you guys, I'm not going to make these quick, but I'm just curious if y'all have ever heard of them, because I have not. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to cover these and see what y'all think about it, because some of these have just completely blown my mind.
I think you're crazy.
Well, I am, but it's okay.
I know. I love you.
Okay, so this says, what is the vegetable lamb? I've never even heard of a vegetable lamb. I have no idea. But it says, during the Middle Ages, there was a widespread belief that cotton imported from India came from a plant that produced a vegetable lamb. What? And it says, and the vegetable was supposedly attached to it by the umbilical cord. A vegetable attached to a lamb. Wow. Yeah.
What are you reading?
I just told you what I was reading. 10 seriously strange beliefs humans held throughout history.
I never heard that.
Yeah, it says, what is the lamb of Tartary?
Oh, I thought you were talking about ghosts and stuff like that.
I am, but nobody's coming up here and saying anything.
Y'all
So
come on up.
You tell me your beliefs.
I believe in everything. There's 12 people in the chat. Come on up here now.
But I'm telling you, Rebel could tell you some stories. I'm telling you about, what is it, Route 666 that's close to our house. I'm going to mute for a minute and he can tell you about that.
Route 666 is an old road, but I believe it's a wives' tale. I did believe it was a wives' tale until the night that we were out riding around, and it was just teenagers out riding around on a back road, having some fun. So we go down this road so far, and there's a church parking lot. Well, when we get a quarter of the way down, two headlights pop up behind her. Different route, 666. And as I'm going up, they pop Nani up here. There you go. And
Hello, Noonie. I mean, Nani.
well, she's got Noonie on there now. But I got tired of this car following us, so I told the guy, the guy that was driving, I said, pull in this church parking lot here, because that was the closest thing that we had to a parking lot. Other than that, you're going to go over a hill. So we pulled in that church parking lot. Well, the car pulled in the parking lot. So we sat there for about 10 minutes, just wait to see if anything was going to happen. And nothing happened. So we decided to get out of the car and go see what was going on. Well, as soon as we got out of the car, the headlights disappeared, and we was in that parking lot by ourselves. By ourselves. No car whatsoever behind us. But just 30 seconds before we popped out of that car, there was headlights there. And we heard that there was a car that had been racing down that road and had wrecked and killed the people that was in it. I don't know how true that story is. That happened way before I was ever born. So, but now seeing things, I've seen things. Yeah. As a matter of fact, one of them was down here on Skull Hill in Bristol. But I tell you what it was. I was getting ready to, sober as a judge now. Let me tell you this, sober as a judge. And I was getting ready to turn up a jar of moonshine. And there was a guy down at the bottom of the hill. He was dressed just like my dad did, you know, in uniform like a electrician. He had the except his uniform was blue. Dad's was a brown uniform. He had on the blue slacks, the blue button-up shirt, and what do you call it? The little keys on the side like Dad. He looked dressed just like my dad, only in blue. I turned the bottle up to my lips. It touched my lips, but did not go down. Didn't even go in my mouth. As I was turning it up and looked down the hill, that guy was, and this was about dusk, I'll say. This guy was a floating ball of fire, and he come floating up toward me. I dropped that moonshine and went straight in the house. Never to touch that shit again. And I hadn't touched moonshine since that day, and I was, I want to say 16, and I'm 56. So 40 years, I haven't touched moonshine in 40 years. Now, other alcohol, yes.
Now, what is the story that your mom, I couldn't remember the story. Your mama's told me so many stories, Rebel, but what's the one that y'all lived at a house and she thought it was her brother?
Oh, on Dead Man's Curve. We lived in it was a nice older model colonial house that they had remodeled up and everything. Well, behind us, there was a spring room, spring box, spring, whatever you call it. Had a little spring in it and had two little rooms on the side. One had the spring in it, and the other one had like a little table and everything. Well, my uncle, hell, he'd drunk for years, and he was probably in his 40s then. And she was sitting out on the porch. It was middle of summer, sorry. And she was waiting on him to come home. So never did show up. So she went in there and watched TV for about an hour and come back out. And about that time, it was right around 2 or 3, which, as anybody knows, 3 a.m. is supposed to be the witching hour down here anyway. Yep. And this cab pulled up. Man got out. She said it looked just like Elmer, which is my uncle. And he didn't come up on the porch, didn't even look toward the porch. He walked around the back of the house. And she said, well, that motherfucker's in there going to put some alcohol back there in that spring house in that cold-ass water, and I'm going to catch him. Well, when she went back there, as he turned the corner, she was coming off a porch. And it was a pretty good-sized house, you know, about 2,600 square feet, top and bottom, altogether. And when she got to the backyard, she didn't see him. She said, all right, I'm going to go over and catch him. He's in that spring. Well, she went over there, and he wasn't in that spring. So she walked on around the other side of the house and figured she'd catch him coming up on the porch. When she come up on the porch, my sister-in-law, who had been sitting out there with her, she asked her, she said, where did Elmer go? Did he go in the house? She said, Elmer never come up this way. Elmer never come on the porch or anything. Last I seen, he walked around that side of the house. Mama said that's the fastest she's ever grabbed Peggy and pulled her in the house and locked the door, and they never went back out. It was supposed to have been a ghost from that guy in the cab that had got killed. Oh hell, like 30 years before. That's why they call it Dead Man's Curve. And there's a lot of Dead Man's Curves all over the United States, but that was just the one here in Bristol. Yeah, it was pretty fucking creepy. Luckily, I was upstairs asleep.
And Rebel here is from one of the most haunted towns in Virginia, Abingdon, Virginia, and he said it is massively haunted there.
Yeah,
massively haunted.
The Martha Washington Inn was back during the Civil War, was used as a, what do you call it? I guess a mobile hospital, which it wasn't a mobile hospital. It would, but there was a certain area in the Martha Washington Inn that they brought a soldier in, and he was bleeding profusely, and they couldn't keep. He finally passed away after like, I think it was like 40 minutes. So when everything was over and done, they redone the floor and got it looking good and everything, and put carpet down, beautiful white carpet, because they made it into like a girls' dormitory for kids in school. And the lady went in there one night to, get out all the trash and everything, and there was where that soldier had died, there was a pool of blood in that white carpet. And I haven't seen this myself. I have seen something at the Martha, but not that. But they say that she said there was a pool of blood right there where it was. So they cleaned it up and got it all up and everything. Couldn't figure out where it come from. And every time they try and clean it, I have seen the blood stain on the wood, but I haven't seen it pulled up or nothing like that. But every time that they say they take it away, it automatically comes back. And I think the last time I was in there when I was 25, maybe 28, and it was still in the same place.
I'd never go in there.
Turn that down, Jane. Do what, Nani?
I said I'd never go in there.
Oh, it's an absolutely beautiful motel. But now Rebel back in the day, he told me that he used to go to as Nani says, a bar.
Yeah, there was a bar in the basement.
Yeah. And he said there's a mirror. Is it a mirror that you go?
That's in the basement, though. I never seen that. My dad did.
No, I'm good. Like I believe in that stuff. I'm telling you guys, I do.
But now, if you want to look up haunted places, go to Abingdon. Look up the Tavern on YouTube, in the Tavern in Abingdon, and the Martha Washington Inn, and the Barter Theater.
You ever hear of the Salem Witch?
Yes, I have.
I worked in Salem. I lived very close to it, but
you live near where they had the trials?
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
Oh yeah. And they still have the enclosure on the sidewalks that you put your head and arms in. Yeah. They have some of them. They're set up in the middle of the square. But yes, Salem is very, very creepy, very haunted. And I would sit on the back porch of this house that I worked at, and you would see like figures in the yard. And I'd run in the house. I'd run in the house. I didn't like that. But I believe in spirits. I believe in all of that. When I was 18 years old, my appendix burst
Mm.
and I had collapsed. And evidently I was found because I woke up. I woke up in a hospital room, but before I woke up, I was with my grandpa. And we were talking and having a grand old time. And he was holding my hand. And then he told me that I was going to get better and that I needed to wake up now. And I woke up and I expected to see Grandpa sitting in the chair. And my mother was there. And I said, well, where did Grandpa go? He was just here. What am I doing here? Like, I had no clue. Come to find out, I was in the room that my grandpa passed in. And the nurse that was standing at the end of my bed when I came true, when I woke up, and the woman standing there, the nurse, was my grandpa's nurse.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. So he was sitting there in that room with me. Evidently, I almost died. And he made me wake up, open my eyes.
No. Nope.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And then a couple years ago, I was at a women's retreat, and we were in the chapel, and we were all praying, and it was the end of the weekend, and it was getting late. And I had been in the chapel and doing this all day and doing the ministries, and I wanted to go swimming. Yep. Middle of the winter, I wanted to go to the outdoor heated pool and go swimming. It was snowing. It's absolutely beautiful swimming in the snow. So I'm in the worship hall, and I know that this is going to get over, but then the pool's going to close at the same time. And all of a sudden, I felt like he spoke to me, and he said, "Go swimming." So I said to the girl that I was with, and I'm like, "Hey, look, I just got a word from God. He said that we can go swimming. Let's go." So we could take off out of the chapel, and we head up to our hotel room. Big, beautiful hotel in New Hampshire, one of the biggest. And we head up to the room. We got to get our bathing suits on and get down to the pool before it's too late. And I open up my hotel room door. My room's on fire.
Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me, Nani.
No.
Holy moly.
Yep. Yep. He sent me up there to put the fire out, not to go swimming.
Oh my gosh. So he's trying to say, okay, you're going to go swimming as in you need water, not to physically go swimming. You
Right.
need water for this fire.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Holy crap. That's crazy. You're like, okay, I'm going to go swimming. And then you walk in, you're like, nope, we need some water. You know what I mean? That wasn't his initial plan to try to go swimming. He
Yep.
wanted you to sling water in that room.
Yep.
Wow. That would have creeped me out big time. Like that would have just completely, I'd been like, I'm out of here. See you. I'm out.
Yep.
I can't. Wow.
And all the way up, I'm saying to my friend, I'm like, hey, he told me we can go. We get to go swimming. Come on. I entered that room. The room was full of smoke. They ended up having to evacuate the whole hotel. Yep.
That is crazy, girl. That is crazy. You're like, that's not what he intended. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
Holy crap. See, that's why I want to hear people's stories. I want to hear what y'all been through or the story, wives' tales or just whatever. I want to hear it. Wow.
Yep. Did you say your appendix busted, Nani, when you was 18?
Yeah. Yep.
You had to get to the hospital quick, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but I had a little problem. I was being held against my will in a room,
Mm.
and at a boy's house that I had broken up with, and he left and he went to work. He didn't even know I collapsed. But I
Wow.
had yelled out the window before then, and my cousin was coming home from school, and she lived a few doors away, and my family thought I ran away. They didn't know where I was. And when I yelled out the window, evidently they heard me. And I guess the police went there, and then I was taken out by ambulance.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if you heard at the beginning, my uncle passed away Sunday night. And
I'm sorry.
that's what they told me he had bled, but they told it, which is true, but they told his daughter that his appendix had ruptured. And listen to this. He was in they called it a rehab facility. I know what it is. It was a nursing home.
Yeah.
I used to live in Abingdon. So they took him to Abingdon Hospital. There was nobody at that hospital, which is Ballad Health, that piece of shit,
Right.
said that nobody up there knew what to do. This is a fucking hospital, knew what to do. So they had to transport him from Abingdon to Johnson City, which was like 45 minutes away. His appendix had already ruptured.
Right.
He was already bleeding into his stomach.
Yep.
And by the time they got him there, he was too far gone. So they got him back. But when they got him back, they put him on, what do you call it, ventilator. Or is it ventilator? Yeah. And he died at midnight, Sunday night. And I'm the one that had to call his daughter, which that's fine because I considered this uncle like my second dad because he was my brother, my dad's brother. They were like 2 years apart. I think Dad was born in 34 and Uncle Dickie was born in 36. But it's hard to believe that appendix can take you out. Like it. I mean, it's not hard to believe, but it is if it,
I didn't know that that's what the pain I was having. I thought I was because I had Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
So I thought it was that. I didn't think there was anything else. Evidently, it was.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I said. Y'all, please pray for, like I was telling y'all before, please pray for Rebel and his family. And he was my uncle by marriage. He was almost 90 years old. That's a long time to live.
Yeah, that's a good life.
He'll be
90
years old in
September. Yep. That's like when my Nana and Grandpa passed. They were at 97, and I think Nana was 94, maybe. I think she made it to 94. But they lived a long life. I have an Auntie Avis. I had an Auntie Avis. And she died at 103, a virgin.
Wow. Wow. Yep. That's a long life to live. A long life. Wow.
She fell in love with a Jewish guy. And she was never allowed to marry. So she lived to 103. A lot of my family lived to the 100.
Wow. And now she never had no kids and she never got married and she lived that long. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
She spent all her time at church fairs and church and bingo and.
Yeah, she didn't have to put up with a man shit. That's why she lived so long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that I
back
mean,
then,
seriously, I mean, 90 years. I even think 80 years. That's a long life to live. It really
I think
is.
it was back then they lived life so much simpler. You know, I think that like my nana and grandpa had a beautiful, simple life, and they didn't get worked up, and I think that's why they live so long.
Well, I'm gonna get ready to get down and jump and give the kids their medicine. Nani,
Yeah,
as of right now, Jurassic World Rebirth is the movie that's on choice
cool,
for tomorrow night.
cool, because I want to watch that.
All right. If anybody would like to come watch, here's the link to join Discord to watch, and we watch a movie every Wednesday night. Last Wednesday was the first one. What was it we watched, Nani?
Um, Medea's
Medea.
Medea's,
wedding.
Medea's wedding,
Yeah,
Destination wedding. Yes.
destination wedding.
and it
Yes.
was funny as shit.
It was. It really was.
And then we're gonna soon, hopefully, get Happy Gilmore 2 in there, and
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Nani, you will laugh. Never mind.
You know
You'll,
he lives up by me, right?
you'll laugh your ass off at him.
He's my favorite actor ever. I absolutely Adam Sandler, hands down, is my favorite actor ever, and he lives a half hour from me.
Yeah, he is hilarious.
And
He
I
is
won't tell you till after the show, but there's a surprise appearance in the show. You won't recognize him. I didn't. But there's a surprise appearance in Happy Gilmore too.
I have to keep my eye open.
When I find it to put it in there. Which
Oh,
hopefully,
you're gonna put it in there.
Huh?
Okay. Oh, you're putting it in there.
Oh yeah, when it comes out on this website that I use.
Yeah.
Oh, Nani's going to be the first one in there. She'll be like, "Oh, Happy Gilmore, I'm right there."
I'm there for it.
Oh, she'll be the first one to vote. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Now, Nani, have you ever met
Well,
him?
don't say Tony.
Yes.
Was he nice?
He's a very ordinary person.
Really?
Yeah. He
That's a
says
good
hello.
thing, you know.
He says hello to whoever he sees in the store. He's just a regular person. He walks around in dungarees and a t-shirt or a hoodie. Yep.
So he's not like, have you ever got a chance to talk to him? You just seen him?
I seen it DJ Sugar Sweets.
In Dunkin' Donuts, you can catch him.
Wow. That's so cool.
Yep.
And you're like, he's an ordinary person just because he's got millions and millions of dollars. He's just like us, you know.
Yeah, he is. He shops at Market Basket.
All right. And Nani, I will say this. You know what Friday's bonfire is? It's the gospel music.
Yes.
Saturday, y'all are going to be very, very surprised. I know if you love the 80s, anybody that loves the 80s, please go over to White Trash Family, 5 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, because it's a surprise concert and y'all are going to be surprised. I think I've only played one song of this group.
You know what you're going to do? One of your bonfires, you need to do one-hit wonders.
Need to do what?
One-hit wonders.
Didn't I do that?
Maybe a long time ago we did it, but yeah, I think it needs it again.
Oh, okay.
We haven't done it in a long time. Yeah, I'll be there for the gospel too, Tony.
But the White Trash Family that Becca just put in there, this one right here.
Yeah.
Y'all come over there Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Y'all are going to love the music that I pick. I think you will, because I'm an 80s baby, and most everybody over there is an 80s baby.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, we're Gen X.
Yeah, we're Gen X. Actually, who's older? Who was born first, me or you?
November 20th.
Yeah, I am.
Nani just had a birthday.
Yeah,
She's
but,
only a little bit older than me.
yeah,
Not by much. A couple months.
Yeah,
Or Nudie had a birthday
months.
recently.
she was probably on the bottle by the time I was born.
No, about 5. I'm about 5 months older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It's not very much at all. It's
No.
not very much. But yes, so hello DJ Sugar Sweets. Welcome, honey. But yeah, so I think it's so interesting what we heard, the different stories we heard tonight. So we're going to be doing more of these lives, and we're just going to talk about random whatever,
I
I
like
just think it's
listening
going to
to
be
you.
cool.
It was good. I really
I
liked
appreciate
listening
it.
to it.
I just try to, I mean, I'm just trying to do different things because unfortunately, and Rebel knows this, and Nani, you've been through it.
Yeah.
When you're a YouTuber, it's just like sometimes you have to try different things, but still stay on the same concept as what you originally started, but
Mm-hmm.
just to make more people involved, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Get more people to be interactive and stuff like that.
I like today's topic.
Because being a YouTuber, I'm just telling y'all the God's honest truth. It sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
But I haven't gave up, and I'm not going to. It just sometimes it's discouraging, but you just try not to
Very
let
discouraging.
it get to you.
Yeah.
I'm not Rebel. What time is the movie tomorrow? DJ Sugar Sweets asked, honey, if he can hear me.
I started the last one at 7 p.m. Eastern,
Yeah.
but now you have to be in Discord, and it should pop up for you. I won't put it on YouTube because they will bust my ass. That's why I play it in.
Oh, dog's gonna stop.
That's why I'm gonna play it through
Girl.
Discord.
Good stuff.
So by at least 7 p.m., have your popcorn ready, your favorite drink, kick back, relax, whatever you're watching me on, turn it all the way up to where you can at least hear it good enough, surround sound it. And then Friday night, we're going to have some gospel music. And then Saturday night, we're going to have, I about messed up, a surprise concert.
Yep.
I about said it.
Don't say it. It's supposed to be a surprise. You say it, it ain't a surprise. Oh,
Where's everybody been in Discord, though, Nani? I hadn't seen nobody.
I'll talk to you later about that.
Okay. Alrighty. All right. But I'm going to give the kids their medication for tonight. And I will see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Discord.
All right.
All right. Nani, I love you. Angel, love you, girl.
Love you, Nani. Thank you for
Love ya.
coming up. We're going to have more of these lives, so y'all come on up. You're more than welcome. Love you, Nani. Love you, Rebel. Well, I'm getting ready to get out of here for the night. This was just a little talk show where we just heard what people, I love to hear the different stories and reading about them in chat. I just think it's very interesting. Plus, you get to know people a little bit more. So I love you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. And I just think it's very interesting. We're going to have more of these or just talk shows where we just come up and talk about whatever the topic is, even if we have a topic. If not, then we just come up here and just talk about whatever. It's kind of like an open panel, but I consider it a talk show because that's really all you do is just talk. So I love you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. If y'all are new here, welcome. And please hit the like if y'all haven't done so. Share it out and subscribe. Invite your friends to come over and hang out with us. It's just a good place to be. And I'm not saying that because it's my channel. It really, truly is a good place to be. No drama, just straight, pure fun, supportive, and encouraging, and just a lot of fun. And we try to keep it positive as possible, and no negativity. So I love you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Don't forget, tomorrow night is Rebels movie night on the Discord, so make sure that you're joined up to his Discord in order to watch the movie. And then Friday and Saturday night is karaoke over here. Also, Friday and Saturday night is the bonfire on White Trash Family, where my husband plays music, Rebel plays music, and we just have a good old time. And then he has a surprise concert Saturday night. So I love you guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. I always say this before I go. You never know what somebody's been through in their life, what they're currently going through. Be kind to one another. Doesn't cost a penny to be kind to somebody. Nobody's better than nobody, just like Nani just said. You know, Adam Sandler, she said he's just a plain guy, ordinary guy. Just because somebody has millions of dollars or whatever the case may be doesn't mean that you're better than nobody else. So just remember that, guys. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. God bless you all. I'm praying for y'all. And I will see you guys very soon. Have a lovely night. And if you are watching the replay, please hit the like, share it out, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about the show. And if you have any certain topics you want to hear, if there's any stories or anything you want to hear, let me know. I'm open. I'm open to whatever topic y'all would like to talk about. Just let me know. But I love y'all, and I will see you guys very soon. Have a good night. Love y'all.